Right, so I'm here with Arran from Crushed by Waves.
Hello.
Just been and caught them open up the second stage. We've actually spoken in the past. We're trying to put something together for when I actually feature one of the tracks on the channel.
Yes.
I would have done it. Way by now, but it's just I've got that many emails. The list is huge.
Don't worry. I know you're local to me now, so I can just sneak in your house anytime. You'll be reacting to something and you least expect it, bang, I'm in there.
We definitely need to. I think it'd work.
Yeah, it's totally consensual, by the way. I'd be in there with his total consent.
Even if it wasn't, it'd probably make good content.
I mean, it's right, mate. Yeah. But no, it's been cool to see you actually physically in the flesh. Yeah. I see your reaction videos, mate. You're awesome. You've got your sleep token top on today, and it was good yesterday. It was really good. So no pressure opening today. I was like, shit.
That's one of the things one of the things I've always wanted to ask any band really is what's it like to open a stage? Is there so much pressure?
It's wild. Well, I mean, getting the opportunity to play any festival really with bands of this calibre, with bands that are just so talented and so amazing, you're just like, shit. That's why we keep saying who the fuck are Crushed by Waves? Because genuinely we do think who are we? It's insane. The fact that this year alone we've managed to play 2 festivals now with Sleep Token. We played Download this year. Obviously got to play here, and then seeing people in the crowd singing our lyrics and stuff. All this is. Do you know what I mean? Some people obviously it's normal for them. I call them big hitters. Yeah. So I would say there's what I call proper bands, big hitters who are it's normal for them to sing their lyrics. It's normal for them to get that. But then it starts happening for us. We're like, what?
That's got to be cool.
What's happening? Yeah, it's crazy. We're just who the fuck are Crushed by Waves? What are we doing here? Major imposter syndrome. Do you know what I mean?
No, because you're on the bill. You're well within your rights to be the same as everyone else.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, shit, we're going to get thrown out here. The security's going to cotton on. We're not a proper band. Yeah, but we've only been going a short time, and we're from here. Yep. So it makes so much sense. It's Manchester. Yep. This is where we thrive. This is what we love, and getting to come here in Manchester and play a festival in this scene, which doesn't exist up this end.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
And we were just speaking before, being able to do gaming, music, food, all this stuff all together all at once is my heaven. This is my Disneyland. Leave me here for a week. I will be happy. I can drink, I can eat, I can play games, I can listen to that music. I'm in heaven. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same when I was younger. The scene in Liverpool used to be huge. The underground scene, especially. I mean, there's a bar in Liverpool called Roadkill.
Yes.
Well, it's gone now. But I remember seeing Bring the Horizon there in 2016 in front of 20 people or something.
Crazy.
Black Veil Brides played there, and they're massive bands now. And the whole scene in Liverpool and Manchester is probably still ahead of the game in terms of the scene. You've got a lot. Obviously, I don't like when bands announce tours and it's Manchester.
Yeah, why are we not talking about Liverpool? Yeah. Why are we not talking about Liverpool? Yeah, Liverpool is a great place, and I think the energy's always good. We played Liverpool not long ago on a tour, and it was again exactly what we expected. Yeah. People go ham, and it's sad because that scene was so amazing. Where are those people at? Are they all now having to come to Manchester? Because Manchester's people are coming to Manchester.
Well, the thing nowadays as well. I mean, it's happened to both me and Em. We had tickets for Dayseeker.
Right.
Train strikes.
Oh mate.
Couldn't get here.
Trains, man. Fuck.
They're actually on strike today.
Get it together, trains.
We had a car, so it was fine. We got here.
Yeah. But you can't drink. You can't. You want to chill out and stuff like that. So it's get it together. But just having a scene like this up here, having something of this size, this calibre, with these awesome bands, privilege much, yes, massively. We're massively grateful, really.
You killed it.
So
we were looking at the lineup and stuff, and I mean, I'm tired. I was tired from yesterday. Like I was saying this morning, I could barely feel my feet. But obviously, you guys were opening the second stage, and I couldn't miss it.
Mate, I appreciate that. Mate, anyone who's left their house today, who's got up and had the breakfast or not, and come here, paid money, and left your house, I am absolutely in awe of you, and I appreciate everything you've done, because that was really special to be able to walk out in there. I was expecting almost no one, because I thought yesterday was so good. People are going to be hungover, they're going to be tired. Train strikes, not going to be able to. Me and the cleaners, get your mops to the ceiling, let's go.
Do you know one thing that I've seen from across the whole weekend, and especially yesterday, which was really good, was the people might say the smaller bands or the lesser known bands or whatever still had a crowd.
Oh,
the support's been incredible.
No, mate, fucking awesome. Thank you again for the opportunity to play this festival, but thank you to everyone who gave us the time, who came out and seen us on that stage. Again, was not expecting that response. Yeah. I'm glad I wore this really weird skimpy, breathable top thing because it was roasting in there, wasn't it?
It was warm.
I was sweating something hot rotten, but like, we feel like, it is opening. It is going to be the sort of thing that's going to set the tone for the day. So we wanted to just come in there.
You did.
Boom.
I mean, you really did. Obviously, I've heard. I think I've heard the latest single that got sent over.
Okay.
Probably by accident because I don't like to listen to the songs first.
And so, you need to react. Yeah.
But now, obviously, seeing you live, it gives me the whole thing of when I do start the videos or for like a little bit of backstory after the reaction, I can be like, these guys also kill it live.
Oh, mate, that's sweet. I mean, again, thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate that. As I say, watching your video and watching your channel is like no pressure because you do proper bands, the big hitters. Do you know what I mean?
No, but I started with the smaller. It's crazy the way it's kind of gone. I never in a million years expected it to be where it is now.
That's awesome.
I mean, just sitting talking to anyone from a band, it's crazy to even imagine. And then to be invited as kind of press and stuff is just from. I don't do anything special. I just swear at music.
Mate,
basically what it is.
But seeing an honest, open reaction is really, really cool. And obviously, you're thinking and feeling a lot of the things that probably a lot of people thinking and feeling, and it sort of validates us. And also that little scene that you've got going, it just perpetuates the overall scene. So like, massively appreciate what you're doing. It keeps this whole thing going. All the cogs are turning. Keeps people interested. Keeps people listening. And like, it's the lifeblood of this. Like, we all want to be talking about it. We all love music. That's why we're all here. That's why this festival's a thing, and people have left their house today because they want to support live music, want to support these bands. So more of that, and I appreciate everything you do, man. You're a fucking legend.
No, thank you.
Just keep that going. Don't slow down. It's really good.
No,
what you do for young bands as well, like us. I appreciate it. So.
That's the one thing I've always. I mean, obviously people will see the band names and go, oh, huge band, but there's a space for everyone on there because.
Who the fuck's crushed by a wave? What are you reacting to, Chris? You've gone downhill, mate. What's this?
No, but do you know, like, I always think there's a part in the scene for channels like ours because you'll gain a following and you'll get some people that religiously watch every single video you put out.
Yeah.
And I could put one of your tracks out, you could gain a couple of new fans from it.
So
and I've done my job.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love what you do because you clearly are passionate about music. Like, literally, to the point of tears passionate. That's how you know it's real. You know what I mean? Unless you're on Margot Robbie movie money. You know what I mean? That's real tears of real emotion, and like seeing you connect to music, how you can sell. It comes across like really well, and coming from a place of passion, you can't fake that. There's no bullshit. I love music. You love music the same way I do, and that's why I think I love and respect what you do.
It's just something that if it disappeared tomorrow, the world would be a completely different place.
My therapy would be gone. I'd be watching ink blots on tables and going in the chaise lounge, and I'd be sectioned, honestly. So it's my therapy. It's how I get all the things that are going on in my head. Like, my tangled brain is very much a reflection of my tangled earth. That's what it looks like on the inside as well. So being able to come out and just express that and like belt it out and just release all this energy and offload and then share that with everyone else, and like that's a massive cathartic release for me, and it's so important. Like, if I didn't have music, I'd be fucked.
See, it's interesting the way you say things like that, especially because you being a vocalist as well, of having that release. And one thing I've always said to people who watch my channels, because for me too, music is kind of like a coping mechanism. If I'm ever feeling down or anything, music's there. Having the chance to speak to obviously yourself in a band that has that front line experience, I suppose, and it's nice to hear that it's mutual.
Oh mate, 100%. Like, I mean, I can go through memories of like standout points in my life which I associate with certain songs and certain music, and you probably have the same. You know what I mean? So music defines the sections of my life, and it's so important. It's like a vital role, and I wouldn't be here or in this capacity without all that, and having that safe space like these places to really talk about it and rave about it and sort of express it and get all the energy out. It's so important really for what we're doing. If I didn't have that, I'd be snookered, I think.
It's really cool to hear, because obviously you've got I come at it from my point of view of obviously the creator now, but still the fan, and it's having the fan aspect of, I remember going to gigs younger, and then all of a sudden I'm sat talking to people that I've listened to, and then getting to talk to even bands I've never really heard of before. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
It's a crazy, like you say, that crazy feeling, that crazy ride you're on. It's like so relatable in terms of like, seeing these bands, speaking to people that you've grown up listening to. You've invested hours of time on music and like money into buying merch and different things, or going to shows. shows, and like even Skin Dread this year, like that's just one because it goes back to high school. In high school, I was listening to Skin Dread, and you have these under 18s night, and you go to this place called Cafe Van, and it was always like the emo night or goth night or whatever, and they had a foam pit, and Skin Dread was always Nobody Get Out Alive. That's when you get the foam cans and that. And I remember that so distinctly. And then I used to like love these bands, like worship them. I was like, fuck, these are awesome. And then getting to meet Benji at Takedown, and it's like he's fist bumping me with the biggest fucking metal ring I've ever seen. I was like, this is wild. Like high school me would fucking drop dead. I'd just die.
I've met Benji myself. He's a crazy
nice guy.
I suppose then from where we're at now, obviously you've already spoken about, you've opened the stage, you're obviously playing Radar and things, is kind of what's next for Crushed by Waves?
So I mean no pun intended, it's just like keep coming, keep hitting you, wave after wave of new music, you know. So we're not slowing down, don't take a breath, because we're just going to keep hitting it, you know. It's going to be wave after wave, new music, and we're sitting on a big thing for the end of the year as well, which is going to be good fun. Some new dates announced on Monday as well, so we may be coming to a place near you, and a good opportunity to come speak to us, come say hello. We're very chatty.
I like that. I really love that.
You may see my nipples at some point. I do apologise. This top, I mean, I have to hide my modesty with this thing. The stage guy, one of the stage guys, was offering to tape my nipples up in an X. I was like, fuck, but yeah, fuck it. You know, each to their own. I didn't tape my nipples, by the way. But, I'm glad I wore it. It's very breathable though. I've never worn a top like this before, so it's a bit of a point of interest. Can you see through on this, by the way? So I apologise if you're having to see this right now on the video.
Normally you've got to pay for stuff like this. I haven't set an OnlyFans up yet, but I'm waiting it.
I'm glad I didn't eat properly today. I was very unwell yesterday as well. So
you believe so? Actually, I was speaking to Marianne about that.
Yeah, we was umming and ahhing as to what today was going to be like. I was in a bad place yesterday. I think I ate something horrendous and I suffered for it. But yeah, it was just like all the acid in my throat after being sick. I was just like, fuck me. But yeah, today I got my game on. I was like, this is fucking happening. We're doing it.
You wouldn't have known. You couldn't have told me, being able to tell you were sick yesterday.
Well, thank you very much. Very kind of you to say, Chris. But yeah, I just thought, you know, we're gonna have to fucking go for it. You know, and sometimes in the face of adversity, you just want to go out even harder, don't you? You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go 110.
Well, for people that might not know or might not have heard of Crushed by Waves before, you've got, I would kind of say it's a rock sound, but with probably a little bit more aggressive rock to it. Especially with your vocal, you've got them. You'd expect that powerful kind of rock sound, but then you also throw in the going harsher vocals as well, like you did before. It's pretty cool.
Oh mate, I have fun. Like in terms of getting the message across, like I always talk about that. Like in terms of what I'm thinking or feeling at the time of writing is what I'm trying to like draw from when I'm trying to perform that. So you know, coming from those like very emotive topics or very emotive times in my life, it comes out almost naturally because I'm thinking and feeling that same thing. And you know, I'm not an angry guy. I'm a very lovely guy, and I think it comes from being able to speak about these things in this environment, get all these things off my chest, makes us mellow out.
But it's even that. Even when you've just said there about you're not a nasty guy, you know, you're not a horrible guy or anything. Going back to yesterday when I was speaking to Joel, obviously that guy crushed it on stage. Like his vocal is so Joel. Strong,
fucking awesome.
But he's like, I was speaking to him and he was just like,
most sweet guy ever. Yeah, we played with Aviana in Manchester actually not long ago with our Hello at Home, and I met them backstage, and I actually gave Joe some vocal zones because at this point his throat was like being battered, so it's like I gave him some of that. I was like, mate, good luck on the rest of the tour, man, you know what I mean? But they're so like chilled, and you find that like so many bands that are like heavy as fuck, and then they're just like, hey, you're right, mate, you okay? I'm like, oh, you're sweet.
You would not imagine that in like 10 minutes he's about to go and transform into a demon or something.
He's going to absolutely summon the minions of hell, you know, with the voice. But
no, I've loved this weekend in terms of even like at this festival, and you were saying whether or not it's just this festival or not, but the musicians, the bands, so approachable.
Oh mate, it's so important. Like I love these environments. I feel like I'm with my people. I mean, I am amongst, you know, people with very similar minds and very similar taste in music, but just like everyone's just so nice. Like this scene is the best. I love this scene so much because like you could speak to anyone, any person within that crowd or within any stage, and you'll have a conversation straight away. Do you know what I mean? You'll be stood in a food stand waiting for your food, and you'll just start get chatting. You'll have so many things in common, and people are just dead lovely.
It's even like the whole gig environment. I love going to a live show because it's the only, I would say personally, this scene, this kind of music, the alternative scene in general, is probably one of the only scenes out there that you could go to a show on your own and leave with probably 3 or 4 new friends.
No, I've done it before. I've gone to shows by myself like a loser, but I go to shows often sometimes when people can't make it. I'm like, I'm still going to go to the show. So, because I know straight away, like you just said, I know I'll speak to people. I'll be stood there with like 2 or 3 beers with me and like, let's get social. So it's a great environment, and for anyone who was thinking about it, and ahhing, I just say fucking do it. Go for it. You never know who you're going to speak to, who you're going to bump into. You could make mates for life. Do you know what I mean? It's a good place. It's a good space.
No, it has. It's been absolutely amazing. I hope this carries on, gets bigger if anything, and keep it going. But
let's go. Ready now for life.
Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
No,
and you absolutely killed it. You and the boys before.
I am fucking humbled. Thank you very much, Chris.
Go and listen to Crushed by Waves. Seriously, they are good.
See you later.
See you later.